Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our Botany Optional channel. Now, the plant you are seeing, it is nothing but the Parthenium grass, right? You all know about this particular plant because it's an invasive species. And you know, the invasive species is given in our UPSC mains syllabus, right? Now, what is the botanical name for this particular plant? Parthenium is the name of the genus, and the botanical name is the hysterophorus. Okay, Parthenium hysterophorus. It's a complete botanical name. Parthenium is the genus name, and the hysterophorus is the species name. It is a dicotyledonous plant which belongs to the Asteraceae plant family. Okay, the name of the family will be important from the mass examination point of view. And it's an invasive species which came from the another country to the India, and actually in the Australia and in the South Africa, this plant is heavily considered as a weed plant. Okay, this particular plant is so invasive that it going to affect our agricultural productivity as well, because you know when it grows in a agricultural crop field, it tends to compete with the agricultural plant, and it will greatly reduce the productivity from that particular crop plant. Okay, now how they do that? Actually, the pollen grains which came from this particular plant, they disturb the setting, the fruit setting of the crop plants like tomato or the brinjal, and hence they cannot produce the maximum yield. Okay, this is the problem. Actually, this plant likes to grow along the roadsides, but they also grow in agricultural field as well. Okay, and its allelopathic effect, whatever the chemicals which are produced by its roots and its whole body, are very harmful, not only from the agricultural point of view but also from the human point of view as well, because when you come in a contact with this particular plant, it causes the dermatitis condition. Okay, it's a condition relating with the skin allergy. Okay, so this is an allergic plant, so whenever you find this plant, please keep some distance from this particular plant. Okay, and remember that it is an invasive species, and it can be mentioned in the UPSC mains examination for the example as an invasive species. Okay, so if UPSC asks you about the invasive species, the first example should be there, which is the Parthenium hysterophorus. Okay, because this is the prime problem in the India, and the government has to deal with this particular problem, and hence the examiner know about these plants as well. So that is why you should carefully observe its characters and why they are spreading so much. If you observe this plant carefully, you can observe the number of flowers, how the flowers are growing heavily, right? And that is why the maximum pollen grains are produced, and these pollen grains, after the pollination, create many other plants. Okay, after pollination the fertilization followed, and after fertilization the new seeds are there, and these seeds are continuously growing along the roadside, and that is why this particular plant is so dangerous from the invasiveness point of view. Okay, so this can be the good example of the invasive plant species, because locally it is also called as the congress grass. Okay, you should remember why it is called congress grass, and because it found everywhere. And this is a weedy plant, and weed plant are generally very harmful for the agriculture, and these are also very harmful for the non-agricultural crop as well, because you know it has a competition with the other roadside plants. For example, the cassia tora. Okay, we will discuss in some other videos when we compare the cassia tora with this particular plant. Okay, so this is all about the Parthenium hysterophora. All right, friends.